Talking about this, you mentioned that you probably gave Lego Dimensions like a 7 and everyone else seemed to be giving it a 9 or a 10. Why do you feel, I mean, you said you liked the game. You definitely do like the game. So why the discrepancy? Why the difference in how you felt about it?
I haven't read tons of other reviews because Ethics. The couple that I read after I finished my review seemed a little bit too nostalgic. Like, I think the people who are writing them were huge Doctor Who fans or huge Portal fans or Jurassic Park or any of these other franchises, and they kind of let that dictate their experience a little bit more. Like, I was super excited to see these characters because I am a nerd. Don't get me wrong. I tried really hard not to get distracted, I guess, by the fan pandering because
there was a lot of it, right?
There is a lot of fan pandering in this game. I watched, at one point
Would you call it fandering?
Fandering. In the Doctor Who level, I looked up a walkthrough, and the person who was narrating it had no idea what Daleks or Cybermen were and what was going on with the plot, and they were definitely missing a lot of the references, and it made me wonder if I would still enjoy it if I wasn't a nerd.
How much replay value do you think the game has?
There's tons of collectibles in LEGO Dimensions. There's a lot of stuff that I didn't get, and a lot of it is really hard. Like, I was looking out for collectibles when I played, and I didn't do that well. Partially that's because many of the collectibles you need extra figures in order to get. So if you are the kind of person who is really annoyed whenever there's something that you can't reach, that's where they're gonna get you.
Yeah, it was the same thing with Skylanders Superchargers because there were those sections of each level where you had to have an air vehicle or you had to have a sea vehicle to go through there, and it was usually something like maybe an alternate route to the ending or just like rescue the drowning rodents from the lake or whatever, which was like, really? Come on.
Yeah, these were more like things where you'd see a silver cage and you'd walk up to it and there'd be a little warning message that said, only characters such as the Wicked Witch of the West can break through silver cages and get this item that's right
convenient.
In front of you. Every time I saw the only characters such as, I would just kind of be like, and wander away. In addition to the main solo campaign, there are adventure worlds. There's, I think, 14 of them. Each one represents a different franchise in the game. So you've got Jurassic World, Lord of the Rings, DC Universe. So the 3 that came with the game are the ones that match up with the 3 minifigures you get. But it was kind of cool to wander around, and most of what you were doing in these areas was just smashing junk and collecting sweet studs, which, as any LEGO game fan knows, is priceless. I will say, actually, on the note of smashing junk and collecting sweet studs, there was plenty of smashing, but not quite enough building to really satisfy me. Like, my favorite part of Star Wars LEGO games was whenever I could use the Force to rebuild something and make it all click together. And there's lots of that in this game, but I felt like the smashing to building ratio was a little skewed. There was a lot more smashing than building.
If you're already invested in Disney Infinity or already invested in Skylanders, you're going to have to come up with a really compelling argument to switch to a new Toys to Life ecosystem, and I don't know that LEGO Dimensions has quite done that. Like, if you're already entrenched,